guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell button so you won't miss out on future videos like this one. So today I'm going to be doing another beginner's video. I'm also going to be doing a certain look that was requested. So today's beginner video is going to be about blending your eyeshadows. And the look I'm going to do is like purple and yellow kind of look. Purple, yellow, and gold, I think. So I'm not sure if you noticed, but in the majority of beauty videos when it comes to eyeshadow on YouTube and on Instagram, the blending part is kind of like chopped up and sped up so that you're not watching 15 minutes of blending. And you kind of just get the point of what to do anyways when you're watching. So today's video, I am going to speed up the blending and maybe chop it up a little bit, but I'll also include how long it took me to blend each layer. So for this look, I'm going to be using 6 eyeshadow brushes. 3 of them are going to be blending brushes. One is a regular type of blending brush, another one is pointed, and one, I guess this kind of looks pointed, but I'm not going to put anything on it, I believe. I'm just going to use a clean blending brush, which is this one, to like smooth out the edges. I'm also going to be using a lid brush. I'm going to be using a concealer brush if I decide to cut the crease, and I'm going to be using a bullet brush. Is that 6 brushes? Oh, I forgot one. This one is for shading and it's basically for underneath your eyelids. So the first brush I'm going to use is the shading brush. I'm going to pick up a nude beige color. I'm going to put it on my brow bone. I'm only going to do one side so this video isn't too long. So for underneath your brow bone, you want to keep it maybe like, I know I just kind of put it right here, but you want to keep it about right here and over. So literally right on your brow bone. Don't put it on this part because that part does not stick out. You just want to put it on areas that pop out, which is usually underneath the arch. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot to put on my paint pot. So I'm going to put that brow bone color back on there. I'm going to blend it down. First I'm going to start off with a yellow mustard kind of shade for my transition. And then I'm going to move into an orange of the same tone. And then I'm going to move into a pinkish color purple and then a dark purple. I'm going to be using the blending brush that really isn't pointed. It's my favorite one to use for a transition color. And to blend, you just want to move the brush back and forth in a windshield wiper motion. And keep in mind, the longer you blend, the more, obviously the more blended it's gonna look. But yeah, there's really no time limit on blending. It's just when you feel like you're satisfied with how it looks. Every few seconds you want to stop and look to see if you're happy with the result. And if not, just keep blending. Next, instead of doing this later, just grab the same shade and the same brush and put that underneath your lash line, your bottom lash line. Usually the bottom lash line or your bottom lid takes a shorter amount of time. So for your bottom lash line, you don't want to go too low. Since this is a light color and I'm going to be using 4 other ones, I kind of want to leave space for the other shade. So bring in that light shade about right here. But only because it's a really light color, so it won't really matter. But if it was a darker color, you just want to stop about right here. Not darker, let me say medium, because you don't want black to be all the way down there unless you're doing a dramatic smoky kind of eye. Next, using the pointed brush, you want to grab the orange shade. The 2 shades I'm going to be using are these 2 mixed together from the Morphe 350 matte palette. This is how much I have on the brush. Can you guys see that? I think if I put it against my hair, you can see it. Yep, there we go. You just want to tap that off to tap the excess, and you want to blend a tiny bit lower. And you want to use that same windshield wiper motion. Using the same pointed brush, I'm going to pick up B from the Juvia's Place Blush Palette. And with this shade, just want to move a little bit lower as well. Oh, I definitely forgot to put that orange shade underneath my eyelids. So I'm going to take that bullet brush and I'm going to grab that orange shade and put that a little bit higher than the yellow we just used. probably won't see a huge difference at first, but trust me, you will towards the end. After that, I'm going to use the same bullet brush to pick up that purple. Let's see if it's even dark enough first. Barely, so I guess we can just use that same bullet brush and put it underneath our eyelids. Next, I'm going to pick up a light shade of purple that's just a tiny bit darker than what we just used. And I'm going to see if that works. Yeah, I think it did. Just going to use that along with the bullet brush and blend that towards our outer corner. Just want to stop about right here. Like, don't bring it all the way over. And then you want to pick up the clean brush and blend that. Blend the edges, actually. Don't drag the brush all over what you just applied. I think that's the mistake that a lot of people make when they're blending. They say their eyeshadow gets all muddy looking and it blends together and it comes out gray. I think it's because people are blending the entire thing, when I personally think you're only supposed to be blending out the edges of like where one color meets another. That's what I think. I haven't heard anyone actually say it. Now we're gonna move on to a darker purple. I'm gonna be using, I think this says NTO from the Urban Decay and Basquiat palette. I'm gonna use the same bullet brush. Now for this one, you wanna stop halfway instead of like 3/4 of the way. You still want to do a windshield wiper motion, but you just want to do a shorter version. Like, you don't want to go all the way across, you just want to do that length. Then you want to pick up that clean brush. Now when you're using the clean blending brush, I don't want to say it doesn't matter where you're blending at, but when you're doing that windshield wiper motion, you can drag that all the way across the lid if you want to, so that it kind of diffuses towards the front. Next, I'm going to be doing a slight cut crease, maybe like a half cut crease. I have done a bunch of tutorials on how to do this, so I'll just do it again briefly. You want to grab an angled brush, I feel like it's easiest, or a concealer brush. And after that, you want to grab your paint pot or concealer, however you guys prefer to do your cut crease. You see where your eyes start to fold at? Mine start to fold right here on this eye. I feel like I have a double lid right here. But yeah, I'm gonna do mine about right here. Yep, where that line is, where your eyelid crease is basically. And I'm just going to follow that shape, that round shape. If you want your cut crease to show more when your eyes are open, you just want to cut above your crease, just a tiny bit above your crease. After that, you want to set with a little translucent setting powder. Then you want to apply your first shade. I'm going to be using Ella from the Violet Voss Ride or Die palette. And after that, you want to wet the brush to get rid of the excess color. You want to wet it with alcohol. I'm going to be using Primary Yellow Pigment from MAC. It's like the most yellow I've ever used, you guys. I'm going to pat that onto the lid. Now keep in mind, to get the look that I'm doing, you don't have to use or buy every single product that I have. If you have a palette that has yellow in it, it would definitely work just as well. Next, I'm going to be using a purple, a light purple. Honestly, should not have put that purple on top of the yellow, because yellow and purple together, they make really ugly colors. So When you're doing the yellow, try to stop it exactly where you want it and just put the purple right next to it. After that, I'm just going to use a more pigmented purple towards the end. And what I'm doing to blend is I'm just tapping the shade. I'm not rubbing it together because, like I said, I'm scared that the colors will mix together and form this really ugly brown. If you mess up and go over too much, just grab that same yellow and lightly dab it on where you messed up at or brought the color over too far at. After that, you want to pick up the same bullet brush, grab that last color you use, and just dab it on the very end to build the color up. Also drag it along the outer edges of where you cut the crease, where you stopped at, so that it looks like it's disappearing into the purple. Next, I'm just going to use the same bullet brush and I'm going to grab a purple that's just a little bit more pigmented, a little bit darker. Kind of looks like a Barney purple. Yeah, looks like a true grape color. I'm just going to dab that on the very, very, very end. Next, I'm going to grab that tiny brush I was telling you guys about that I would use on my lower lids, which I completely neglected. And I'm going to grab that last purple we used with the smallest side. This is how small it looks. Do you guys see that? So I'm going to grab that and I'm going to trace along the outer corners of where I cut the crease. Okay, and after that you want to wet that brush with alcohol and rub off the excess color. We're going to use the lightest purple that we use first under our lash line, and then we're going to use the darkest purple to line. I'm not going to go all the way on my waterline, I'm just going to do the outer side. Oh my gosh, my eye is starting to water. No. Next, you just want to grab some MAC mixing medium for your glitter. You don't have to add glitter, but I am. I'm also going to grab my MAC Gold Reflex. I'm going to use that underneath of the glitter. I'm just going to use it on the front part of my eyelid. Oh wait, I forgot to do my inner corner. Oh well. Next, I'm going to add some Blind Me Yellow Glitter from bulkglitters.com. Just a tad bit. And then I want them to diffuse out, so I'm going to dot a few dots of the of the MAC mixing medium. I'm just going to grab a few of those glitters, because I don't like when things stopped abruptly, like there's a clear line, so I kind of want it to just fade out into nothing. Then I'm going to use one right there, and that's perfect. Oh my gosh, my eye is seriously watering, you guys. Can you see it? For my inner corner, I'm going to use YSL's Lumiere Divine highlighter. So boring. I'm also going to top it with a pigment I got from Russia. I keep saying a pigment I got from Russia because I can't pronounce these, the names. Can't even read them. I think I might use some of my MAC Reflex there too. Last, I'm just going to draw on my wing with NYX Matte Liquid Liner. Not gonna lie, I definitely did things backward. You're supposed to do your eyeliner before you put on glitter, because if you do it the opposite way, it's just gonna be that much harder to put your eyeliner on and have it be straight. It's basically just gonna look like gravel. So after that, you want to dot some eyeliner in between your lower lash line. And put on the mascara of your choice on your bottom lash line. So these are the results for this look. If you guys like it, please give me a big thumbs up. That's all I have for this video. So if you guys want to see more eyeshadow looks, or if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Apart from that, I will see you in my next video.